Hello, this is a Steinway grand that we have in stock, and very often we find that the pedal, the sustain pedal, and sometimes also the una corda pedal are too stiff. And Steinways this is, they've got an extra spring in them, so we very often take the spring out, and others do the same. We often find them without the spring in, so obviously other technicians are doing the same. It is quite tough compared to the normal, most grand pianos. I think practically every other grand piano, it doesn't take so much force to put it down. So this leaf spring, this is what's normally inside of them. In fact, sorry, I beg your pardon, this is not a leaf spring, this is a coil spring, and this one does have a leaf spring instead, which is not so common. So on the mechanism of this one, you can see there's a leaf spring here. So normally that would be, most cases, that's a coil spring that goes in there, and can actually create a bit of noise sometimes. This is a leaf spring, that could also become noisy. Needs talc on it just to keep it, making sure it doesn't make any noise and to keep it lubricated. But you can weaken this spring. So rather than take it out, you could weaken this and then strengthen it again if you do want it stronger. But I think most people will find that it's too strong and they do want it weakened. So we'll do that. So to get at the spring, we're going to need to take off this hinge pin, and that's an easy job, and then we're going to have to unscrew this screw as well. So now we've got access to the leaf spring, we can remove it altogether. It's always quite nice to leave something there if it's original, or we can just loosen this, and to make sure it doesn't make a noise afterwards, obviously. But we can easily loosen these screws, and that'll weaken the spring, or we can take the whole spring off. So I've weakened the spring so that, as you can see, it's a lot weaker now. To make sure these screws aren't going to come out, that's very important, and also that it doesn't make any noise. Well, the mechanisms apart, it's a good idea, I think, to apply some talc. This is a dry lubricant. We always recommend dry lubricant rather than wet lubricant, wherever possible, because dry lubricant doesn't attract dirt. There's various reasons, but it's also very smooth, and it gets rid of any noise there might be at the same time. Even applying dry lubricant to the hinge, where the hinge pin went through, is a good idea, because that rubs against the wood. That can sometimes make a noise, so while it's out, why not do it? Dry lubricant's a wonderful way of getting rid of any noise and also making things smoother. And we use dry lubricant on actions on pianos, as Renault do when they make a new action. They put dry lubricant on the roller. So that's made the sustain pedal a lot more manageable, a lot more friendly really to use. You could take the leaf spring out altogether. If you're a technician, perhaps you'd like to comment on this and let me know what opinion you have as well. It'd be very useful to know. Certainly, I think you'd probably agree that the springs on Steinway sustains are a little bit on the heavy side. Sometimes there's a spring inside, also on the damper tray. So that's another possibility. So just generally making it feel like other pianos is, to me, a good idea, because Steinway's so well designed, really. But so you're a bit in trepidation trying to change something they do. But if you're in a trade, then it'd be really useful to hear your opinion. Thank you very much for listening. And by the way, this piano's got a new soundboard, and somebody commented on my video of the piano, which you can also see if you're interested, that isn't pronounced Cireso, but Ciresa, I believe, or something similar to that.